It kind of shows a sign when you'd rather leave the company to go to a dying and or dead game before the game has even come out. Welcome back to the channel that used to be about life skilling but doesn't really know where it's going with the state of Black Desert. My name is Teddy, and today we're going to be talking about where Black Desert is heading, the state of life skilling, and the overall opinion on just where we're sitting at today. Of course, this is just going to be my opinion, so if you find this entertaining, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on all those notifications, and if you want to see more Black Desert content, be sure to check out the channel. Without wasting any more time, let's just jump into this. After the Huddle Ball, it's been a complete mess here in Black Desert. Not only has all of the features that were promised slowly trickled in and hasn't even come in yet, we've also gotten PvP and PvE nerfed in so many different ways that the community is leaving. Our population has dropped about 30%, which is the lowest that Black Desert has been in since it's been out. The Steam charts are looking low, especially for the Steam version of Black Desert, with this one website indicating that we only have at least 25,000 players in game. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but this could be a little concerning considering the fact that we had 1 million registered users at one point. Question is, how many of them are still playing? And I know this has nothing to do with the money. We all know North America finances every other region, with us being the most whaley, but in terms of player count, we're seeing a huge dip, and you can really feel it on the servers. Jumping back into all of the promises made in the Idle Ball, we have yet to get any type of trading. Our active trading is still missing in the game. Normally, I wouldn't be really upset about this, but considering the fact that all of life skilling has gotten nerfed, no love, and majority of it is not worth doing with how much the materials have been devalued, the lack of active trading is a little alarming. Yeah, I know we were told that we would get it back whenever they fixed it and made it more appealing, but if they haven't figured out a solution to make it more appealing, kind of gives me the AOS feel. And let's not even mention the fact that after they removed our active trading, we're now getting palace management, which removes the whole processing and gathering that you manually do, puts it into the worker, so it makes it more AFK, and then you still have to trade it. I'm not exactly sure what the logic was. I'm pretty sure the logic left with JJ, but it's not exactly the fix to life skilling that we've all been putting up on the feedback forums. And don't worry, I didn't forget about you console players. I know, updates are slow, they're being drip fed, and a lot of the features that we have on PC don't exactly exist on the console yet. The new region is going to be nice, it's going to be pretty, it's going to have the story, but in terms of any real gameplay, it's not going to do much, unfortunately. With just how bad the material cost is, the lack of demand for some materials to most of all of materials depending on your region. I'm not sure if this is going to breathe much of any life into Black Desert with all of the other games coming out like Throne and Liberty and other unique games. It's just going to be the same thing on a different part of the island that everyone is going to ignore. I could be wrong. This could be some saving grace to Black Desert, but there are other games that are coming out around the same time, which is not going to do well for the population. I'm not a PvPer and I don't really do PvE, I'm mainly a life skiller, but I can read the forums and I know when all of the player base is complaining about PvP. Not only did they give us AOS, but they took it away with no AOS coming back for another 6 months. All of the good PvP content that they keep giving us, they keep taking away so that we go focus on either mob grinding, node wars, or whatever the hot topic is going to be that week. It's unfortunate, I'm not a PvPer, so if any of you guys enjoyed PvE and PvP and you guys have a lot of gripes, let me know down in the comments below. I am curious because with life skilling, it's all complaints over here. And remember, like I said, there are other games coming out that add more of a unique or PvP feel to a game, like Once Human dropping more PvP oriented scenarios coming out in September and October. Not to mention, Throne and Liberty is going to be more focused on PvP and the social environment, so that is something worth looking into. Now that leads into the next topic, the uniqueness. Black Desert used to be unique. It was the only MMO that supported all of the different activities that you could do that wasn't just combat. As a crafter and gatherer, I enjoyed life skilling when the game first came out. Over the years, clearly, life skilling has fallen by the wayside, and now Black Desert is considered just like MapleStory or your generic Korean mob grinding game. The materials are not worth gathering for, leading you to only do mob grinding, which is unfortunate, especially when a lot of the life skills used to be extremely immersive. I'm not going to harp too much on just all of the features that have been killed off, forgotten about, or ended up dead on arrival. But I will say that everything that made Black Desert stand out is now forgotten. Unless Pearl Abyss decides to add any new unique features to Black Desert, we're slowly falling by the wayside to other games that are sporting more of a fluent open world environment or unique little features that stand out more so than the dancing and the music playing that almost every game has now, and it's no longer a unique feature for one class that is gender locked. And of course, our combat is second to none when it comes to action combat, but all we have is the combat now, and that's pretty unfortunate. We're grinding for debos that don't really have much meaning anymore. A lot of the top end guilds are going AFK and only participating in either the pitching events or the Imperial deliveries. A lot of us are leaving to other games. And for a player that enjoys progression, you know it's sad when I'd rather play Once Human with the whole season wipe system in place rather than play Black Desert longer and do progression that really doesn't mean anything. I get hitting G50 is a great accomplishment, but when you have G51 to 100 not really giving rewards, and you still have not decided to give any meaningful rewards to any of the mastery or anything like that, I'd still rather go for the one that will wipe my progress than the same stale content since 2018. I'm pretty sure by now you guys have read and or seen the news that the North American CEO JJ has left Pearl Abyss. Seems like everyone is leaving and heading to other games, with JJ heading to NC Soft. I'm pretty sure she's gonna have some tie in Throne and Liberty. I know, the game that's gonna be dead on arrival and is dead before release. Kinda shows a sign when you'd rather leave the company to go to a dying and or dead game before the game has even come out. Pearl Abyss can change things around with adding more meaningful PvP content, something for life skilling, actually fixing the game instead of just nerfing classes, buffing other classes so that 23 Zerkers can go ahead and hit the top 20 on the AOS ranking. But I digress. The point is, they can still change. Let's not try to bash them too much. I'm not saying Pearl Abyss is a bad company. I'm not saying Black Desert is dead, dying, or it's a bad game and all. It's just a little foreshadowing, and I'd be extremely worried. And that leads us into the last topic. What's going to happen to us content creators now that JJ left? Sure, I'm still going to make content on Black Desert, but I also know that without the one that was going between Pearl Abyss and us, letting us know what was going on, I really don't have much faith in the company. So don't be alarmed when you start seeing content creators losing their partnerships and starting to find other games. If we manage to survive, that'll be great, but I'm still not going to hold out much hope. Now, of course, this is just my opinion. I'm pretty sure newer players or other players that just solely enjoy the mob grinding aspect enjoy Black Desert for what it is. For me as a veteran, there's not really much to do anymore with a lot of the grind just being solely on mob grinding. Our life skilling has been left by the wayside and everyone is jumping ship. Let me know how you guys feel about this. If you guys are starting to look at another game, I'm going to slowly start focusing on doing other content because I just don't feel like us content creators for Black Desert are going to remain much longer, especially when the head of our department is kind of gone. A little foreshadowing, I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Like, comment, all that good stuff that I'm required to tell you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep gathering out there.